from the actual paper. Get a good area. Now you gotta wait and let this dry for a second. Well, you're supposed to let it dry for 5 minutes, actually. And while that's drying, I can go and get a plate that I'm going to use, because I like to use plates. I won't be going long. I'm just going to grab a plate, come right back. I am back. All right. Paper plate. It's a lot of my materials are real cheap, you know. Why get a huge palette when I can just get paper plates that I have around my house anyway? So, take the paper plate. I'm going to set it aside for now. This is drying. It's still really wet. You got to give it a good amount of time. If it's still wet, it'll just seep into the shirt and dry. It'll make your shirt feel really nasty. So while it's drying, I can take my X-Acto blade and put it away. Safety first, you know. But if I was completely safety oriented, I'd have some like work gloves on, but I haven't cut myself with a knife yet, so I'm hoping to keep it that way. And now the X-Acto knife's put away. I made my own little holster for my X-Acto knife, but it broke and I don't remember how I had it now. So your guess is as good as mine. But it was a pretty nice looking little holster. I don't remember what happened to it. But I made it out of Lego bricks. And it was... I don't even know. I think it was something similar to like this. Just stuff in the back. And it goes in this little hole and holds it. But, oh no. That was gross. But it doesn't really matter. You don't really need a holster. You can put it anywhere. I have a lamp that I haven't set up yet. It's got a whole bunch of storage on it. It's still a little wet. It'll be dry when you touch it and it sticks to you, but it doesn't leave anything on your fingers. Like right now it's leaving a little bit of moisture on my fingers and it's sticky and gross. I'll probably just cut this part out, go from straight spraying to when it's dry, just so people don't sit there bored watching adhesive dry, which I'm sure is just as bad as paint drying. This is yellow Polymark, which I also get at Walmart. It's pretty cheap. These little tubes cost 77 cents. They have much larger tubes, which I'll show you a large tube. Here's a larger tube. You can kind of really see a comparison. The larger tubes really are a better buy because ounce for ounce it's cheaper. This is 4 times as large as this one. This is 1 ounce, 4 ounces. And this is 77 cents. I think this is roughly $2, like maybe $1.90 I think where I am. So it's like you get a free full ounce. This is blue, yellow, yeah, I don't really care. You don't need no color. Oh, there are 2 different brands though. This one is Tulip, which is a pretty famous brand I've come to find out. They do a whole bunch of different colors. They normally have little value packs that come with 5 or 6 colors for a cheap price because they're in a bundle. They also have things like metallic colored paint or puffy paint, which when it dries, it's kind of three-dimensional. It rises up a little bit, like dough. And they have paint with glitter in it, which would be pretty cool for a girl, I guess, who wanted something pink and shiny on her purse or something. I don't know. Not that you have to be a girl to like pink and sparkles. I was just saying. Still not quite dry. It takes longer for paper to dry because it seeps into the paper and it doesn't give off as much. If I would have sprayed this on acetate or plastic, it probably would have been dried by now. Oh, the roller. This is a stencil roller, or paint roller, it says here, but at Walmart, where I get everything for my art, it's called a stencil roller. I've used this one a good number of times, about 15 times maybe, and it cleans out very well. There's no paint residue or anything left on it. It looks brand new like when I got it. Soft and pliable, just like, you know. I think this cost me 80 cents. They're pretty cheap. I mean, you use it over and over and over again. So you can kind of see this process of making clothing designs and stuff that I do. It's really, really cheap. The most expensive thing is printing out the paper, really. So, I mean, even the paint, you can use several times. So, it's a good bargain. And it's a lot cheaper than, you know, going out and buying a $20 shirt. You can go buy a $4 shirt, get all the materials, and roughly spend about 30 cents to put a design on it. You know, and you get the satisfaction of telling people that you made it yourself and not being a bold-faced liar. I'll remove the cutting board because once this is dry, I need to put the shirt down. I can go ahead and move this too. And prepare the shirt. I like to wear my shirts for a day or two before I put a design on it, just so I can get a feel for it and remember where everything sits. Like where the seams are on my arms and on my body, you know, up my sides and stuff like that. Where the dead center of the chest would be. Things like that. You really can't see it on the video, but this is a very bright, beautiful colored red. It looks so dull on the video camera. I can see it now. This is very vibrant and almost bright. It looks almost metallic. That's how red and bright it is. This camera, I guess, just can't pick it up, but it's a beautiful color red. It looks almost pink on the video, which, I don't know. Maybe after I'm done with this, I'll get up and walk around and you can kind of see. Just kind of make sure it's free of debris and whatever else would be on it, and get it kind of centered out however you like it. Go ahead and do that. And then, this shirt is actually seamless on the sides. Like where your ribs would be and stuff, there's no seam. It goes all the way around. It's wrapped like a tube, which is kind of cool, kind of nice. I kind of like it. But alright, this is generally where I'm going to put my image. Most times I like to put my images off to the side, stuff like that, just to give it kind of personality. But on this shirt, I think I'm just going to put it in the center. Just put it in the center and be happy with it. Kind of make it look like a superhero type shirt, I guess. But the stencil should be done. Be very careful when you peel it off your surface, because you could just rip it. You know, you always have to be delicate with paper. Very delicate. So I'll go ahead and just slap that right on there. What you can do, what I normally do, is I just take my empty X-Acto, I'll roll it out like a rolling pin. And make sure all the glue and all the stencil